Hi, Bruno here. Welcome to Spainguru.
Which Spanish towns offer a safe environment for a teenager to walk to shops, cafes, and bookstores without needing a car? Now let's see the answers of Spainguru community members. First answer. Take a look at Oliva, a walkable, affordable, great mix of nationalities, authentic but not touristy. Wonderful women's group that do things every week. The climate is superb and it's just off the ocean and super safe. And I believe Oliva is not on the ocean but on the Mediterranean Sea. Next answer. I live in León and I love it. Been here for almost 13 years. It's walkable and bike friendly, very safe. The weather is hot in winter and cold in winter. I'm originally from Wisconsin, so it's not as cold as that, but I would definitely colder than Florida. There is a small expatriate community, but definitely not as big as other places, especially in the south. Next answer. I lived in Burgos for 3 months. Everywhere I went, there were always lots of people of all ages walking around. Next answer. Cáceres in Extremadura. It's split in two parts. There's the old town and the new town. The new town is where all the shops are, and the old town is the UNESCO World Heritage Site. The old town has steep hills in places, but you can find ways in and out without having to traverse them. The new town is flat and has a lovely park in the middle of the city with loads of park benches. It is very safe and has a great bus service. It is inland, but you can get a bus to Lisbon in 3 hours and a bus to Madrid in around 4.5. The only thing I didn't like is that you don't get light mornings. It's dark till around 9 a.m., but despite that, I really do recommend it for safety, prices, and friendly people, and it is still a part of Spain that has free tapas in the bars. Next answer. If you want something by the beach, then I would recommend el Puerto de Santa Maria, which is also really nice, but being in Cádiz gets really hot in the summer. So hot, I would buy bottles of cold water and pour them over my head as I was walking. I never did that in Cáceres. Next answer. What you want is true of most Spanish cities. Our experience has been in Valencia, which, albeit large, ticks all your boxes. Next answer. We also picked Valencia as safe enough for my 16-year-old can have independence and no need for a car. But it will help you if you learn a little Catalan and you are not averse to crowds of tourists. All are walkable and there are fast trains to Barcelona for a day out. Next answer. I recommend Burgos too. I lived here for almost 5 years and it's great. It's relatively flat, there are long walks by the river and a cycle track all around the city. Public transport is cheap. I live here alone for 4 years until my husband joined me and I never missed having a car. I walk home late at night on occasion and always feel safe. There are great bars and restaurants with a real mix of people, young and old. All I will say though, there are not many expats here, so it is important that you can speak some Spanish and or are willing to learn once you get here. Burgos is just over 2 hours from Madrid and similar distance to Santander. Salamanca is about 2.5 hours away. Burgos is a great city to call home. Next answer. Madrid. Though I don't know about the biking part, some areas yes and others no. Next answer. Valencia City would possibly be perfect for you and your family. Everywhere in the city is within an easy walk, and unlike Madrid, which no one has mentioned, it is terrifically hilly in areas. It's flat, now talking about Valencia, so whether you are young or old, it's a joy to walk around. It has everything you have listed, shops, shops and more shops, and an abundance of cafes, restaurants, bookstores, as well as glorious beaches, no more than 30 minutes away by bus or metro. Cycling is big here. There are terrific cycle lanes for bikes and scooters, and then of course for walking, biking, jogging, exercising, or just quietly enjoying a book in the beautiful sunshine. There is stunning Turia Park for everyone to enjoy nature in their daily lives. I suggest you look on YouTube, there are some great videos out there. Or nearly I forgot a very important factor when considering where you choose to live. It is the safest city I have ever visited or lived in, and it is amazingly beautiful. Next answer. My wife and I spent a year and a half in Logroño. Best wines, great tapas, and tons of walking routes along the Ebro River and the Camino de Santiago, which cuts through the center, Eiffel Town, and the surrounding wine country. My wife and I took long walks daily, mostly on the Camino and along the river, but also in and around the wine country. It is very clean and very safe. Next answer. I absolutely loved Logroño. Would ride my bike to get around and also walk. I enjoyed the 40-minute walk, maybe 10-15-minute bike ride to the school I worked in because I would pass my shops and bar, restaurants, cafes where I would spend some time. There are also frequent buses that go around the city. For a small city, I found it to be very good. Next answer. I live in Teruel, a small city of 48,000 inhabitants. Beautiful, has a university, everything is walkable, lots of bike trails, etc., as well as a good family city. We're 45 minutes drive from the coast, Sagunto, an hour and a half to Valencia, and an hour and a half to Zaragoza. So 2 big cities, 4 weekend shopping, etc. The very safe city, been here 10 years and my daughter is being raised here. Next answer. I live in Priego de Córdoba, a small town in the south. It is beautiful, surrounded by beautiful sights. Everything you need is within walking distance. It is super safe and the people are amazing. Everything you need is within walking distance. Rent is so low, about 300 euros per month. I used to live in San Diego, Los Angeles, and this was the perfect place for me. This is my 4th year here. Next answer. I live in Nerja and it's got lots of going on and we don't have a car here. Plenty for old and young. Check it out and see if you like it. We rarely get rain and it is hot in the summer months, but cooler than on the coast. It doesn't really get cold in the winter either because it is on the coast. Next answer. If you want flat and bike able, you either need to be in the Meseta Central or the Mediterranean Litoral. Seville is exceptional as bikeable city. Lots of separate bike lanes, lots of callejones in the center that don't permit cars. It is beautiful and has everything close by. It is a big city though, and it has its good areas and bad areas and tourists. If you want a smaller scale life, medium-sized towns like A Coruña in the north, a lot less hot but a lot more rainy, or Cádiz might be nice. Next answer. Take a look at Alicante city on Costa Blanca. Decent public transport, buses, long distance buses and railway plus high-speed AVE to Madrid capital. And on the seafront, however, arid and Playa San Juan is lovely. Another is Nerja in the Costa del Sol. Both of these have expat meetups and lots of activities and many English native speakers. Also, the need to learn Spanish is imperative and taking face-to-face classes should be rewarding socially too. Logroño is a fantastic city, however, there are very few English-speaking expats, so a visit would be in order. The gastronomy is exceptional. However, for a rental first time, I think Alicante City or Nerja might be better. Next one. For the 75 years old, keep in mind that walkability is excellent in most cities, but many streets and sidewalks are uneven. Safety is so high in most areas that it's barely something that registers for most people versus the US. I'd recommend Vigo or Pontevedra in Galicia if rain were not a factor. Next answer. Castellón de la Plana, the small city about the size of Knoxville in Tennessee, an hour north of Valencia with a beach, mountains, good cost of living, much cheaper than Valencia. I'm here by myself and I don't have a car and have never felt unsafe. If you live anywhere in the city center, you can get to basically anywhere you might want to go by walking within 15 minutes. There's also a tram that runs through the university zone, about 30 to 40 minutes walking west of the city center, to the beach, a 10 minutes drive east of the city center, and buses. Streets are lined with orange trees, it seldom rains, summer is hot, and the coldest temperatures in winters are in the 40s at night. And of course we're talking about Fahrenheit and not Celsius. And if you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. In conclusion, according to Spainguru's Facebook group members, there are several Spanish towns that offer a safe and walkable environment for a teenager to access shops, cafes, and bookstores without needing a car. Some of the recommended options include Oliva, León, Burgos, el Puerto de Santa Maria, Valencia, Logroño, Guadalajara, Teruel, Priego de Córdoba, Nerja, Seville, Alicante, Vigo, Pontevedra, and Castellón de la Plana. These towns vary in size and location, providing different experiences and amenities.
Join Spainguru's community today. You can join our general Spanish immigration group and our dedicated groups for Spanish non-lucrative visa and Spanish digital nomad visa. Our groups together have more than 30,000 members. If you need expert professional advice, we got you covered. Just head to spainguru.es and check out our top menu. You'll find immigration experts, relocation agencies, tax advisors for Spanish and US filings, sworn translators, apostille services, consulate appointment services, and health insurance providers for all types of Spanish visa applications. That includes non-lucrative visa, golden visas, student visas, and digital nomad visas, as well as medical certificates for visa applications and travel health insurance. Finally, I highly recommend you join our weekly newsletter, which we send out every single Monday morning. You'll get tons of information, questions and answers, feature blog posts, and news updates. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.